guys, I'm Leloni.
I'm Destiny.
And we are DL Movement. Today we're going to be discussing our work experience at KFC.
Yes, I kept my name tag. You know why?
I still have mine.
Because this boy clean, okay? Oh, boom. Star team member, 1 year of service. KFC was a good job, honestly.
It's a great first job, but
the money was great. At least at the one we worked at, for sure. Like, I got great hours.
I feel like out of all three of our stores, we were the best ones. But
we had the best KFC. Like, no, our KFC was the best KFC within
a lot of radius.
Right, like a 40-50 mile radius. Like, we were that KFC. Like, if we didn't make $5,000, everybody was like, oh, we must have had a slow day. Like, we were booming. And think about it, if all we selling was Chicken Littles and $5 Phillips and we making $5,000, oh no, we were booming. But see, they tried to play me.
They tried to play us and it wasn't happening.
So we had to leave, you know?
Sorry.
That job literally took a toll on my mental health, okay?
It took me into a second depression.
Like, that job gave me so much anxiety,
stress.
No, like, you know it's bad when you go into work and you're not smiling, nothing. And
when you cry to put your work clothes on, or when you sing a song that's really bad because you don't want to go to work.
When you get ready for work and you just like,
as soon as you put your leg in your pants, you get an attitude.
Like, that's what it turned into. Like, at first when I worked there,
it was all fun because our friends worked there.
Like, I love everybody. Like, they wasn't playing me how they started to play me. Everybody was cool with each other. But then one day, it turned into a battle.
Oh, I do know what happened.
What?
One day we came in there, we were sober. And then our manager decided she wanted to say, are you guys high?
Oh, when they tried to say you couldn't count.
Or she said I couldn't, what did she say? Or she's too high, she can't count, or something like that.
When you come into work, you get a drawer if you was like a cashier. What was it, 150? It had to be 150. You had to count it. Leloni count her drawer. She like, it's 130. Like, it's 130. Y'all need to fix this.
130.
So 2 managers came over there, both counting it, and was like, no, it's 150. She just can't count, da da da. Somehow, at the end of the night, though, like, we came up short $20.
Just told you.
Like Leloni said.
Like, Troy was short.
But y'all tried to play her and say it was her fault. No.
I counted it more than one time. I'm not going to keep playing with you.
And then they told her to her face, like, they didn't say nothing to her face, but when they went to the office, they was like, she can't count, da da da. Like, I wasn't standing right there. Like, I wasn't going to spill the tea. Come on now, sis. Come on now. But I guess they just tried to play that role and say it was 150, and then when it came up short, they would blame Leloni, like, oh, you couldn't count since you came in here.
Since I got there.
Like, no.
Bitch, y'all managers can't count.
Y'all
That's
know
what y'all can't do.
Oh, okay. Anyways, and for me, it hit a turning point where, for some reason, none of the morning shift people really liked me, because I wasn't one to hold my tongue when they didn't do certain stuff that they were supposed to do for us. But they just started slacking off, and I'm like, well, we need this done, and they would get like mad, like, how are you getting mad because you're getting told to do your job? But they would get mad at me specifically. I remember this one day, this was like, it was the boiling point for her, because I'm pretty sure she quit after this, and then this was like, I quit like a week later. So they put me on the drive-through, which, if anybody knows, I don't do drive-through, honey. I don't do that window. I'm a packer, okay? Because I was that.
She used to be a drive-through.
I was the fastest there was, so I don't see why you would have me do otherwise. But they didn't have anybody packing for me. So it's like, I'm not finna do both jobs while all of y'all sit in the
While
office.
she's sitting in the office, the same manager sits in the office and had so much stuff to say, but when she's packing, she's like, anybody gonna help me pack? You know, I run over there, go help pack. But
No,
did she get
I tell her, no, don't even do it, bro, because I'm finna make a scene. Because like it happened to me so many times, like I was over it. So I'm standing there, I'm taking orders, like I don't know what happened. Like we started getting a whole bunch of customers, so I'm taking orders, and ain't nobody packing nothing. So then the girl get an attitude because she get told to come over there, but she tried to blame it on me, saying that I had an attitude, so she didn't want to come over there or whatever. The girl just didn't like me, and she's supposed to be my cousin. She ain't no kin to me, but she could be kin to Tony, I guess. But yeah, so she said it was me or whatever. She got mad. Then she packed the order, threw it. Why would you throw it? Because she was trying to be like me. If anybody know, I throw the orders, but I hit that table, okay? I slink. I know what I'm doing, okay? Well experienced. But she threw it at me. It hit the ground. I looked dead at it. And I'm like, so, who gonna pick that up? Because it wasn't me. I'm like, I need a da-da-da-da. And then she like, oh my God, I can't deal with this bitch attitude. I don't like her. She always doing this stuff. Da, 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 da. She ended up leaving because she has such a big old attitude. And I'm like, I'm not finna deal with this. Like, I don't know why. I wanted to punch her so bad. I started crying. So then I took my headset off and I went in the bathroom for a minute. And I came back. My manager was yelling at me, talking about some, why you always doing this stuff to me? I'm like, bitch, I didn't even do nothing.
And that's her problem. She always thinks somebody doing something to her. Like, girl,
exactly.
I could come in here and feel however I want to feel. Nobody doing nothing till you get mad when you don't say hi to her. Like, bro, I won't gotta say hi to you.
Like, no, shut up. So she was like, you know what? Just leave. So I'm like, oh, you want me to leave? Okay, you don't have to tell me twice. And I left or whatever. But then I came back the next day. For like a couple days, then I just stopped coming. Because they was really playing me to the left. I was a whole manager without a title, okay? You can ask anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I was running shifts, doing everything the managers were supposed to do. This one manager, she was so terrible. I had to, every time I came in there, I knew, like, okay, I'm going to have to assign all the prep tasks and stuff because she's not going to get that junk done before 10 o'clock. And we're going to be in here till 11.
Oh, no, one day they had the nerve to say, oh, let's do prep at close, time to close. I said, well, looks like it won't make things done because bitch, I'm going home.
Like, why would you prep at the end of the night?
No, honey, no, sweetie.
You prep throughout the shift while you sitting out there in the lobby talking to your little friends and trying to blame it on us, saying we not doing our job, but you out there with your friends, making us not be able to work together no more.
So I made it my business to every day I come in, I go straight to the freezer because I'm not playing those games with her.
Exactly. Like, I had to start doing that. And as soon as, like, so I would come in before, like, mostly, I would come in the same time the manager come in for night shift. I would go back there, figure out what needed to be done. When people start rolling in, I'd be like, okay, you're doing this tonight, you're doing this tonight, you're doing this tonight.
When she wasn't there, I had to do it. So therefore, if we're not there,
you
who's gonna
suck. You suck doesn't matter. She sucks. She's trash. Like, why was I running your whole shift? And I'm not even getting paid to do it. Why was I training every single person that walked in there besides Leloni? Because Leloni did not get trained
at all for the whole year in 5 months.
I don't know how, whatever. She didn't get trained, okay? And it wasn't my fault because I wasn't a trainer at the time. But every single person that worked there at the time, I trained them. I even trained the manager. What? What crew member you know training managers? Come on now.
My thing was, I came in, y'all know I was in school. So I came in December telling them my schedule. And so I'm like, okay, had my school schedule, everything. Well, I took a turn for the left when I came home, finally, in January. I could start school. I had money problems with school. Didn't work. they could never get the schedule right. They had this one manager doing the schedule. She a kid.
No, like it was her and somebody else. The girl couldn't work on Wednesdays. She couldn't work on Tuesdays. No, Kate. It was like she couldn't work on Wednesdays, or you couldn't work on Tuesdays or something. And she would always flip them. And I feel like she was doing it on purpose just to have them like call off or whatever, so she could be like, you called off too much, because I feel like she always like underline had it out for us, you know?
Yeah, she didn't like us, so she kept effing up my schedule, and like I had to go to school, and it wasn't no getting around it. Like, yo, started your shift and the end of your shift, I was in class, so I couldn't come.
Right.
And so I'm telling her this every week, and she keeps putting me on the schedule, so I keep calling off.
Like, it's every single week she had her on the schedule days she couldn't work.
Then it got to a point where I was like, all right, I'm about to quit because this is ridiculous. And so then I called off again. I was like, I can't come to work because I got a final, which I did have a final that morning, but I had an interview that morning, so I switched my test to the nighttime. I got the interview, got the job on the spot, and I went to my test that night, and I was like, okay, well, you have 2 days to find somebody to take my Sunday shift, because I start my new job on Sunday.
And we're done.
I'm not playing with you.
I got called into the office one day talking about something. So I heard you, Leloni, and the other girl are quitting. I said, oh, did you? I don't know what you're talking about. Knowing that me, her, and another girl already put in their applications. And then he was like, I heard you guys were all gonna quit on the same day. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, yeah, we actually did kind of plan that already, but we're not.
We're not gonna do you like that, because we have a little respect. Well, I have respect for him, because when I came home from school, he hired me right back. Like
I loved Lenny, honestly. Like, he was like cool, really good, but it was just got to the point where like he kept telling me, I'm gonna make you a manager this month. I'm gonna make you a manager this month. I'm gonna make you a manager this month. But then when it came to that month, it was like, oh, you gotta fix your attitude. Oh, you gotta fix this. Oh, you gotta do this. Oh, you gotta do this. Like, you gotta get the night shift in order. Why do I have to get the night shift in order when you have managers? Isn't that their job? Because you're not paying me to do this. I'm training everybody. You're not paying me to do this. It got to a point where I got fed up. So the first girl quit. Like, she finished out her week or whatever. I had an interview, called me, told me I had the job, whatever. As soon as she told me that I had the job, I never showed back up. And then sooner or later, Leloni was gone. And then they lost literally everybody who had a real name tag. And now, guess what? I'm finally a manager. I'm
making more than I made over there. I get more days, more hours. So
I'm making more money.
My paycheck's fat, and I'm straight. I'm happy. I'm good.
I
can focus on other things. I don't have to focus on my schedule, because I make my own schedule. So yeah,
life is pretty good since leaving KFC.
Yeah, he claimed we needed him.
Oh, that's what ticked me off. He told me, I know you need this job more than everybody else. I'm a stun on you, okay? And I stunned on you. I got a new job. I make more money. And I'm a manager. Finally, because somebody recognized that I'm good enough. They literally told me, like, but it's crazy because, you know, everybody started getting raises when I left. Because he realized that was the reason that I left. Crazy.
That's another reason. Oh, and don't get me started.